You know, people often believe that missing someone begins the moment you leave their life, as if absence alone creates longing. But it doesn't work like that. Missing you doesn't begin with distance, it begins with awareness. It begins the moment she realizes that what she once took for granted was, in fact, rare. It begins not when she sees you gone, but when she finally understands what your presence truly meant. At first, she's comfortable. She believes she's fine. She tells herself she needed space, freedom, distance. Maybe she even feels lighter without you. But comfort is temporary. The silence that once felt peaceful begins to echo. The laughter that once seemed easy now feels forced. She scrolls through conversations, not out of nostalgia, but to fill the void of what used to be there. And slowly, reality begins to replace the illusion of freedom. That's when missing you truly begins, when the noise fades, and your absence starts speaking louder than your words ever did. She doesn't start missing you when you stop calling. She doesn't start missing you when you stop chasing. No, she starts missing you when your energy disappears, when the comfort of being understood vanishes. Because real connection isn't loud, it's not built on constant communication, it's built on emotional presence. And when that presence is gone, when that calm is missing, she starts to feel it in ways she can't explain. The world keeps moving, people keep talking, but something feels off, something feels incomplete. She'll try to replace it at first. Maybe with distractions, maybe with attention from others, but replacements don't heal what's rare. You can't replace energy, you can only mask it, and every mask eventually slips. That's when she realizes that what she had with you wasn't ordinary. It wasn't dramatic or flashy, it was real, it was deep, it was stable, and that kind of energy doesn't just vanish from memory. It lingers, it replays, it haunts. She'll remember the little things, the tone of your voice when you said her name, the calm in your responses when she was angry, the way you made her feel safe when everything else was chaos. She'll start noticing that no one else listens like you did. No one else speaks with that same mix of honesty and warmth. That's when she'll start comparing, and comparison is where missing truly begins. It's not about wanting you back right away. It's about realizing that what she walked away from was far more valuable than she thought. And while she's realizing all this, something powerful happens. You've already moved on, not necessarily to someone new, but to a new version of yourself. You've found peace in your solitude. You've learned that your worth doesn't depend on who notices it. You've learned that silence can be powerful, that walking away with dignity is louder than chasing for closure. And that's when she starts to miss you the most, because people don't miss you when you chase them. They miss you when you stop needing to be missed, when your silence speaks of self-respect, when your distance reflects growth, when your absence no longer feels like a game, but a statement that you've chosen yourself this time. That's the moment she starts to feel the weight of everything she ignored, your effort, your care, your consistency. That's when she replays every conversation and sees the parts she never noticed before. That's when she realizes you weren't perfect, but you were present. You weren't trying to control her, you were trying to connect, and the world is full of people who want attention, but very few who offer connection. So when does she actually start missing you? It's not the day you leave. It's the day you stop waiting for her to notice you're gone. It's the day you stop proving your worth and start living your peace. It's the day your absence becomes a mirror, reflecting the truth she refused to see. Missing you isn't punishment, it's realization, and realization only comes after the silence has done its work. She doesn't start missing you when you text less. Not when you stop calling, not even when you walk away. Those moments might catch her attention for a second, but they don't make her feel your absence. Because in the beginning, she still believes she has control. She still thinks you'll return if she calls. She still assumes you'll check in when she disappears. In her mind, the connection hasn't ended, it's just paused. So, she doesn't miss you yet, not truly, but one day she starts to feel a shift. The messages don't come. The energy she used to feel from you, that warmth, that calm, it's gone. And it's not gone in anger, not out of spite, but with quiet acceptance. That silence begins to unsettle her. She doesn't say it out loud, but she feels it. It's in the stillness of her evenings, the emptiness in her notifications, the quiet moments where she expects your name to appear and it doesn't. That's when confusion starts to replace her confidence. That's when missing you begins to form. She'll scroll through old messages, reread the things you used to say, not because she wants to remember you, but because she wants to feel something familiar again. Because no matter how much she tries to convince herself she's fine, the truth is she can't recreate what she once felt with you. You weren't just another voice in her life. You were her grounding energy. You didn't just talk, you listened. You didn't just show up, you understood. And understanding is something you can't easily find again once it's gone. She'll try to fill the void. Maybe she'll keep herself busy, go out more, talk to new people, chase distractions. But distractions don't heal absence, they only delay realization, and eventually she starts to notice the difference between being surrounded by people and being understood by one. That's when she begins to understand that what she had with you wasn't ordinary. It was emotional depth disguised as simplicity. It was rare energy hidden in quiet gestures. It was peace, the kind of peace that only reveals its worth when it's gone. She starts to notice that no one else makes her feel seen the way you did. Others might compliment her, entertain her, even chase her, but no one truly gets her. No one remembers the little things you did without asking. No one reads her silence like you did. And the more she realizes that, the deeper that emptiness grows. That's not regret yet, that's recognition. The recognition that what she walked away from wasn't replaceable. It's a slow process. Missing someone never arrives all at once. It builds in layers. The first night she can't sleep, the random song that reminds her of you, the smell that brings back a memory she thought she'd buried. It's the small, unexpected moments that hit her hardest, the moments that remind her you weren't just part of her routine, you were part of her peace. And by the time she realizes it, it's too late to fix it. Because while she's discovering what she lost, you've already learned what you gained: clarity, self, worth, and peace. You've stopped explaining yourself. You've stopped chasing understanding. You've started protecting your energy the same way you once gave it freely. And that's what makes her miss you even more, the fact that she no longer has access to you. The door she once thought would always be open has quietly closed, not with anger, but with acceptance. She starts to understand that you didn't pull away to make her chase you. You pulled away because you finally chose yourself. And that realization hits deeper than any goodbye ever could, because she doesn't miss you for your words. She misses your energy, the safety, the patience, the rare kind of love that doesn't demand attention but gives understanding. And once she feels the difference, once she tastes emptiness after fullness, once she experiences attention without connection, that's when she truly starts to miss you. Not because she wants what you gave, but because she can't find it anywhere else. And here's the truth: she doesn't miss you because you're gone. She misses you because no one else feels like you. It's not the absence of your presence that hurts her, it's the absence of your energy. That calm, grounded, patient energy that made her feel safe without even realizing it. The kind that made her forget what anxiety felt like when you were near. You see, people think missing someone is about physical distance, about not hearing from them, about empty space. But what truly makes her miss you is the loss of what can't be seen, the feeling, the emotional security, the peace you carried into her life. It's not about what you said. It's about asterisk how asterisk you said it, the tone that made her feel heard, the calm that made her feel understood. It's the small things that her mind now replays without warning, the pauses in your voice, the moments of silence that didn't feel awkward, the little reassurances that didn't need to be spoken. That's what she starts to crave again, because words fade, but the way someone made you feel stays imprinted. At first, she doesn't notice it. She moves on, tells herself she's fine, convinces herself she's stronger now. She tells her friends it's over, but somewhere deep down, she knows something feels incomplete. That peace she once had has turned into restlessness. That emotional steadiness you gave her has turned into confusion. She'll try to fix it with distractions, new conversations, new people, new faces, but they don't feel the same. No matter how charming they are, no one listens with the same patience. No one understands her silence the way you did. And slowly it starts to hit her, not all at once, but in fragments, like pieces of memory falling back into place. She'll remember how you never rushed her to talk, how you stayed even when she was distant, how you gave her space but not abandonment. Those moments start to replay, not because she wants to dwell on the past, but because they bring her something she now lacks, emotional safety. And that safety is what she truly misses, not you as a person, but the version of herself she became when she was around you. The softer, calmer, more secure version of her. It's not easy for her to admit it. Ego will always come first. She might tell herself she doesn't care, but she'll feel it in the small things, in her quiet mornings, in the songs she skips, in the random places that remind her of you. That's when missing you becomes real. It's no longer about wanting you back. It's about realizing that the connection you both shared was irreplaceable. That you gave her something most people don't even know how to offer presence, and presence is powerful. It's not about being around someone all the time. It's about making them feel like they're never alone, even in silence. You had that gift. You gave it naturally, effortlessly. That's why she can't replicate it. Others can give her excitement, attention, validation, but not that deep peace. And peace is something you don't realize the value of until it's gone. She starts to see that your patience wasn't weakness. It was maturity. Your kindness wasn't naivety. It was strength. The way you chose to understand rather than argue, to stay silent rather than react. It all starts to make sense now. Back then, she might have seen it as passivity, but now she recognizes it as emotional depth. That's when missing you transforms from a fleeting thought into a lasting ache. And here's the most ironic part, she doesn't even miss the relationship, she misses asterisk you, asterisk the feeling of being seen without judgment. The quiet sense of belonging, the way your energy balanced hers without trying to control it. She starts to realize that what she thought was ordinary was actually sacred. And that realization stings more than any breakup ever could. So no, she doesn't miss you just because you're gone. She misses you because no one else carries the same calm, the same consistency, the same soul, deep presence. She misses you because your kind of connection doesn't happen twice. And deep down, she knows it. that no matter where she goes, no matter who she meets, she'll always search for that same energy again. But the truth is, she won't find it, because what she's missing now is not a person, it's a piece that only you ever brought into her world. See, people only start missing you when they've met everyone else and still can't find what you gave freely, when they finally realize that your calm wasn't weakness, your care wasn't clinginess, your love wasn't ordinary. That's when the truth hits them. In the beginning, they don't see it. They think everyone gives love, that attention and affection are easy to find. They believe they'll find someone just like you, maybe even better, and for a while they might. They'll find charm, excitement, novelty, but not asterisk substance. Asterisk because real connection isn't built on the thrill of newness. It's built on emotional depth, on quiet consistency, on the kind of understanding that doesn't need to be explained. And that's exactly what she starts to miss once it's gone. At first, she's confident she made the right choice. She tells herself it was necessary, that it was for her growth, her peace, her independence. But growth without gratitude always feels empty. She walks away thinking she'll find someone who understands her better, who matches her energy perfectly. But slowly she realizes understanding doesn't come easily. Not everyone listens the way you did. Not everyone notices the little changes in her tone or mood. Not everyone has the emotional patience to sit in silence and still make her feel safe. That's when she starts remembering not the big moments, but the quiet ones. The times you stayed calm when she was angry. The way you listened without interrupting. The moments you showed up without being asked. Those memories don't just fade, they grow louder in her mind the longer she's without you. And what she once called boring or predictable now feels like peace she can't find anywhere else. You see, she doesn't start missing you when she's surrounded by people. She starts missing you in the middle of chaos, when she's with others but feels disconnected. When she laughs, but it doesn't feel the same, when she realizes that attention and understanding are not the same thing. That's when comparison turns into regret, because no matter how many conversations she has, she'll always notice the difference, the absence of your energy, the lack of emotional safety, the way others make her feel seen for a moment, but not known, and that's what she starts to miss, being asterisk known. Asterisk being understood beyond her words. She starts to realize that your calm wasn't indifference, it was emotional intelligence, that your distance wasn't neglect, it was respect. You didn't try to control her, you gave her space to breathe, and she didn't value that until she felt the suffocation of relationships built on ego and need. She'll start to think about the things she never appreciated, how you never raised your voice, how you didn't compete for dominance, how you carried love with quiet confidence. It's easy to take those things for granted when they're present because peace doesn't scream for attention. It just exists, but once it's gone, the silence it leaves behind becomes deafening. That's when she finally sees the truth that you were never trying to impress her, you were trying to connect. And the more she compares, the more she realizes that connection like that doesn't come twice. That's when missing you becomes regret, not because of what happened, but because she now understands what she lost: stability, kindness, emotional safety. She begins to see that love isn't found in intensity, it's found in consistency, and your consistency was your quiet superpower. By the time that realization hits, you've already detached. You're not bitter, not angry, not waiting for her to return. You've grown, you've learned that your peace isn't something to be given to people who can't recognize its worth. And that's when the shift becomes painful for her, because the same silence she once ignored now feels unbearable. She wants to reach out, but she can't. She wants to find that peace again, but she knows it doesn't exist anywhere else. That's when she starts to miss you for real, not the messages, not the presence, but the feeling of being grounded, calm, understood. Because now she's surrounded by people who talk too much but say too little, who want her attention but not her truth. And in that noise, she starts to remember the quiet strength of your love, the kind that asked for nothing, demanded nothing, but gave everything. So, when she's finally met everyone else and still feels that something's missing, that's when it hits her. You weren't ordinary, you weren't replaceable, you were the piece she didn't know she needed. And that's when missing you stops being a memory and becomes a lesson, a reminder that not everything rare comes with fireworks. Sometimes it comes with quiet love, the kind that only reveals its power when it's gone.